October Red is sponsored by SA Security. Maximum security, minimum fuss.
Hey, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm Abs of October Red, and guess what? It's news and reviews. It's actually evening that I'm recording this, but it's not going to be released until the morning. Yet we've gone back to boxing news and reviews, and this is twofold. The first part is I've had 2 emails today and I wanted to discuss them with you. The first one, I'm not sure how to digest it yet. And I actually had to make sure it was a real email. You know, just had to make sure. Because obviously if I'm giving you guys content, I like it to be as honest and as pure as it can be. So this evening, about a couple of hours ago, I had an email, press release, entitled A Turning Point. I'm going to read it to you. A turning point for global sport. IBA President Umar Kremlev and Donald Trump Jr. join forces. Yes, I said that correctly. Donald Trump Jr. and IBA President Umar Kremlev have joined forces. Immediate release September the 29th, so it's not under any embargo, so I'm allowed to say this. The location being Switzerland for this email release. So it states the International Boxing Association, the IBA, has brought together leading voices to help define the next era of sport with a clear message. The future of sport belongs to those who unite, not divide. At the IBA Sport Business Forum in Istanbul, President Umar Kremlev welcomed Donald Trump Jr., Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, onto a stage already graced by legends Manny Pacquiao and Rasheda Ali Walsh, daughter of the late, great Muhammad Ali. It turned out to be the articulation of a shared vision that sport must remain above politics, rooted in fairness and empowered by business. Mr. Kremlev, and I've done this, I've screenshotted this, so I've got to try and get out of this screen and into another one. Hopefully that's picked up page 2. Mr. Kremlev, whose leadership has steered IBA into a new phase of global expansion, set the tone with a message that resonated deeply across the hall. Sport has always been very much a peacekeeper, and so it should stay. Boxing aims to give opportunities to athletes everywhere to secure their future free of politics and full of new chances. Our task is not only to organise the most advanced events, but to make sure every young athlete has a pathway. That is why I am proud to stand here with my friend Donald Trump Jr., who shares this belief that fairness, respect and integrity are the foundations of sport. Together we will protect the transparency of boxing and open the door for the next generation. Trump Jr. echoed the message of the IBA president. I probably don't belong to this incredible family of champions and legends, but my family has been involved in boxing for many years. I grew up watching those great Saturday night fights, learning from the front row about work ethic, discipline and unity. I remember sitting beside Lennox Lewis watching and learning not just about the sport but about life. Learning about the sport but about life. Even after the most brutal fight, 2 opponents come together with deep respect. That's the best of people. What I saw at the last Olympic Games was truly sad, especially as the father of young female athlete. The fairness of sports matters. My daughter has dedicated her life to excellence, and to see those values undermined is unacceptable. What Umar Kremlev is doing, restoring actual fairness, bringing back the purity of boxing and giving the youth of today a chance to step away from the computer and into the ring is extraordinary. This is not just about boxing, it's about life lessons, discipline, integrity, and opportunity. That's the legacy we need. I am proud to call Umar not only a leader, but a friend. And it goes on. Rasheda Ali Walsh, the symbolism was deeply personal. My father, Muhammad Ali, used boxing as a platform for peace, justice, and human dignity. I see the same spirit alive in the IBA under Umar's leadership. Sport is not only business, it remains full of values, trust, and reputation. That's what truly shapes the future. The legacy my father left reminds us that greatness is not just measured by titles, but by the impact we leave in humanity. And I see that fine spirit here today. Manny Pacquiao, who rose from rejection at the amateur level to become an 8-division world champion, reminded the audience that grassroots support is the true heartbeat of the sport. For 2 years, I applied to be part of the Philippine Olympic team. But politics stopped me. I turned professional at 16, even lying about my age because it was my only chance. 2 years later, I became a world champion. That is why I believe so strongly that supporting grassroots boxing is essential. IBA is doing that, and I thank President Kremlev for it. My new project, the League of Destiny, will bring together fighters from all nations and create a legacy for the next generation. I am proud to work with the IBA and with Umar Kremlev, League of Destiny, etc., etc. I am proud to work with IBA and with Umar to make this dream a reality. At the height of the ceremony, President Kremlev honoured Mr. Khan Karakaya with the title of official IBA representative in the Republic of Turkey, cementing ties with a strategically vital region. Khan has been a bridge between worlds, a friend who brings people together, and someone who truly believes in boxing's mission as a tool for peace and business development. His commitment is invaluable, President Kremlev claimed. And it goes on, and it goes on. But my eyeballs just popped out of my head because I saw Donald Trump Jr. I thought, what multi-universe am I in now? And guys, please feel free in the comments. You can say, look, he's been involved in boxing for ages. Sorry, I didn't know. So this is news to me. So yeah, interesting times in boxing. That's a new announcement. So the key themes, what they're going for, is unity over division. The future of sport belongs to those who unite, not divide. Sport above politics. IBA pushes the idea that sport should remain neutral, focusing on fairness, respect, and business growth. Boxing as an opportunity. Boxing promoted as a pathway for youth worldwide, offering discipline, integrity, and life lessons beyond the ring. Legacy and fairness. Multiple speakers linked boxing's future to values left behind by the legends, such as Muhammad Ali, the late, great Muhammad Ali. So the statements then, to summarise, Umar Kremlev, the IBA president, set the tone. Sport is a peacekeeper and it should stay free of politics. Vision, boxing creates opportunities for athletes worldwide. Wants transparency and integrity in boxing governance. Donald Trump Jr., Trump Organization, exclusive VP, acknowledged that he's not a boxer, but family has been tied into boxing for years. Personal reflections, grew up ringside, learned the work ethic and, unity. Concern, fairness of sport being undermined. Reference the Olympics, a little bit of a dig there. Supports Kremlev's mission, restore fairness, purity of boxing and inspire youth. Called Kremlev a leader and a friend. And I know they say it's not politics, but the side dig at the Olympics, and we all know why, because we've covered that in a previous review. Yeah, Boxing is extremely political, so whatever. Obviously, we had Rasheda Ali Walsh, daughter of Muhammad Ali, drew parallels between her father's vision, boxing as, you know, as peace and dignity, working alongside the IBA Kremlev vision, emphasized that greatness is measured by impact, not just titles. I do agree with that. Supports Kremlev's leadership. Manny Pacquiao shared story rejected by the Olympic team. We go again. At 16, due to politics, turned pro, became an 8-division champion. Stressed grassroots boxing is the heartbeat of the sport. Announced his League of Destiny project with the IBA to unite fighters globally and build legacy for future generations. And we've got the Turkey representative, Khan Karakaya, I do beg your pardon, appointed as the official IBA rep for Turkey. Described as a bridge between worlds and vital for regional ties. Said the IBA is now the global home of boxing under Kremlev. Big picture outcomes then. Istanbul Forum brought together sports leaders, businesses and cultural icons. Core message: align the sport with fairness, business with values and legacy with innovation. And the next milestone is the IBA Men's World Boxing Championship in Dubai. Trump Jr. has been invited to this. Kremlev and Trump Jr. alliance is positioned as more than symbolic, promises joint initiatives across the continents and industries. Oh, I'd love to be at Trump's table this Christmas. The press release frames this as The press release frames it as a historic partnership to reshape the global sporting landscape. Strategic implications then: IBA expansion, global positioning using businesses and cultural alliances, the Trump connections linked to IBA with US business and political influence. Symbolism using names like Ali and Pacquiao to connect past legacy with future vision. Power move reinforces Kremlev claim that the IBA is the custodian of boxing against rival organisations. They're making a bit of a rumble, aren't they? So yeah, so that's it really. So that was a press release done today. The email is quite lengthy. I've gone through a bit of it verbatim, and then I've summarised. Interesting. But on top of that, which is good news, and I've kind of like got to slap myself in the chops for this, is that we had the formal invite to Fraser Clark, Jamie Takivi's press conference, which is like a launch, as it were, this week. It's taking place somewhere in London. And yes, I got invited to that, so hopefully I'll be attending that on Wednesday and get some content for you. Hopefully, hopefully, she says, I'll be able to sit down and have a lovely chat with Ben Shalom, see what he can say, what he can't say, talk about obviously the future with the BBC, and really just nail down some key points that I've got to ask him about. Hopefully, if I get to, you'll see the content. We'll see how it goes. I've been invited, but who knows how it's going to turn out. But I wanted you guys to just have a little bit of a flavour for 2 updates today, really. But it's today. I'm talking about Monday, September the 29th, but you're not going to get this until Tuesday, September the 30th, etc., etc. So yeah. Listen, guys, have a fabulous evening. Keep your notifications on, as I will be updating more, whether it's news and reviews, whether it's conversations with people within the industry, whether it's the alternative corner, whatever it is, we're going to keep the content coming. I appreciate your support once again. I'd like to shout out to my sponsors, as courtesy, as respectful to SA UK, Maximum Security, Minimum Fuss. And as we say at October Red, stay ready.
October Red is sponsored by SA Security, Maximum Security, Minimum Fuss.